um, projects in operation in some of the countries that CARE operates, and it has been a life-changing journey for me to learn about the billion people in the world who are living on $2 a day or less, and feel for them how their life is and how much they struggle to make a living that feeds their family. So by you all coming here, I truly appreciate the care that you're showing and the concern that you're showing about the same bottom billion.
And thank you all of the people who are members of the CARE Chicago Women's Initiative. Your group of women, they know their stuff. They are extremely committed. And they have been to visit some of the same countries that Lucy and I have been to visit. And they have really immersed themselves in CARE's work. And they have worked tirelessly to raise funds for CARE's girls' education projects around the world. And I think that in the last 5 years, they've raised about $500,000. That's right.
Over a decade, yeah.
Over a decade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of work.
So then we got to raise the bar for the next decade.
Agreed.
So before I introduce Fahim, I just want to extend our sympathies to our two guests who are from Bangladesh. This morning, in the wee small hours, we heard the news about the building that collapsed, and apparently 150 people are dead and many others are missing, and we just feel badly for you and feel badly that these things happen. And because they do, I guess we should just redouble our efforts to see these cities and countries develop. So we're going to hear from two program experts today, Fahim Khan and Mansoor Morshid. And so Fahim will speak first, and he studied engineering and grew up in Great Britain, but found his calling in the food issues. And so he went to Bangladesh and worked in that sector, and then was reassigned to Ethiopia, and he worked there. And then he came back to Bangladesh to head the SHOUHARDO project that you're going to hear more about in just a minute. And so now he's in Atlanta at CARE USA headquarters, and he's heading up the sector. And so we welcome him to Chicago, and we welcome you to Chicago, and take it away.
I don't know how many of you probably did a bit of research to find out where Bangladesh is on the map, but I thought it might be a good idea to just give you the kind of information what it is. And I don't think there's laser on this. Less than 2 years now, I went to Hathi again. A significant portion of the island disappeared because of the water rising. Now, there's lots of things associated with that. It's the water rising, it's encroaching in agricultural land, so you have salination of your fertile land, so you can't grow crops there anymore. You have more frequent cyclones coming in. You're experiencing here in the United States, all kinds of issues going on. Chicago underwater, but anyway, these are all climate change issues.
I mean, the question is what Fahim is saying, how we are doing the work, bringing changes in the lives of the poor and the women and children. Capacity, and then transfer some of the assets, like which matches her skill set. She said that, well, I will be able probably to do some chicken rearing, duck rearing, that kind of stuff, and then brought 5 strategic objectives. One of them is livelihood and access to nutrition food. when you say livelihood, that entails like of transferring assets like chicken, ducks, goat, cows. This group of women alliance and women group, they also manage that pre-school education system in the program area and also monitor that how many of them have been enrolled.
Thank you very much.
Densely populated and prone to natural disasters. Bangladesh has also long suffered with one of the world's highest rates of child malnutrition. The ill effects of malnourishment during childhood can last a lifetime, slowing cognitive development and reducing immunity to disease. In 2004, CARE, USAID, and the government of Bangladesh launched the SHOUHARDO program to reduce malnutrition for more than 2 million people in Bangladesh's poorest communities.
SHOUHARDO 1 was a really dynamic and robust program that we funded. This program was really involved at the community level in the rural areas. We targeted those who were the most vulnerable, the poorest of the poor.
Designed and implemented by CARE, the program's success stunned researchers. In less than 4 years, stunting, a measure of the shortfall of a child's growth due to malnutrition, dropped 28% within the program's target population.
From the final evaluation, we found that we had some remarkable successes. At the start of the program, we had an overall stunting of around 52%. And by the end line, we had brought this down to 36%. This is one of the most impressive results of any food security programs anywhere in the world.
This was twice the success rate of the typical USAID-funded malnutrition program. SHOUHARDO's attention to gathering objective data allowed researchers to determine that the program's single most effective intervention against child stunting wasn't direct food aid, it was women's empowerment. SHOUHARDO offered women self-help groups where they could meet and address the unique challenges they faced in their communities, such as early marriage, violence, and sexual harassment when they went out in public, all of which restricted women's freedom and decision-making. Researchers found that the women who joined these groups started moving more freely. They traveled to markets to buy and sell goods, which increased their family's economic well-being. They saw doctors more frequently when they were pregnant, and they had increased say in their children's future. And they and their children began eating healthier diets.
In Bangladesh, you're seeing real progress on so many of these fronts. The maternal mortality rates have dropped so much, infant mortality rates. It's really exciting to see what's going on, and other countries around the world can learn from the innovative activities going on in Bangladesh.
The idea that women's empowerment can have a transformative effect on families and communities is not new. Every day, those on the front lines of the fight against poverty see what happens when you remove economic, political, and social barriers holding back women and girls.
CARE has spent decades promoting effective, innovative strategies for nutrition with outcomes we believe will help reduce undernutrition, particularly if we ensure that the benefits reach women, who are more likely to pass them on to their children. Focus on women if you want lasting, measurable results.
SHOUHARDO underscores CARE's belief that greater gender equality is the key to fighting poverty, hunger, and injustice around the world.
All right, thank you so much.
Borchett. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving the women and families of Bangladesh a voice.